Hello gainers, I'm Ralphie and welcome to my channel called Fitter Philosophy, and today in this video I'm going to tell you the story of the herd of nervous elephants, and then I'm going to conclude by telling you why I'm telling you the story about the herd of nervous elephants. But let's start in the Congo in Africa, a big continent, far bigger than people realise when you look at a world map. The world map squashes things up a bit. So I recommend that you start your journey by going on to your search engine and putting in a search for real world map, which unstretches it into the true proportions. And there you will see that the continent of Africa is far bigger than we thought it was, or are led to believe it is. And in this vast space, there is a tremendous amount of unclaimed land. It still belongs to the savannah, to the wilderness and to wildlife. And within these lands, in these areas, particularly in the centre of the continent, you find quite a few hilly or even mountainous areas that are relatively inaccessible. And in one of these places, there is a herd of nervous elephants. And they're doing quite well for themselves. They're surviving because they remain nervous, and as a genetic part of the heritage, it's gone down through the generations of elephants. And they tend to remain aloof and away from human activity. And this has saved them, because other herds of elephants who are more confident and less nervous have been tempted by the food offerings and the bait for the tourists who visit and want to see the wildlife. And of course they want to see the lions, the buffaloes, the zebras and the elephants, and therefore tourist companies will leave food out to attract these animals so that the tourists can see them. And then of course the poachers latch onto this immediately, because sometimes the poachers and the game keepers, as regards large estates, are interchangeable. It's real life, it's the human condition. But many herds of elephants have been tempted towards the offerings of food left out to them because they're confident, they're used to human proximity, and then they've been shot, and the ivory from their tusks has been harvested, whilst the rest of the animal is left to rot, and the rest of the herd become more vulnerable because the adult male tusk-bearing bull elephants are no longer there to protect them. But there's this herd of elephants. They're not attracted to humans, possibly because they know how damaging and harmful humans are, even when they're not doing damaging and harmful things on the face of it. That's besides the point. Everything has proximity and consequence. And so in the upper slopes of the hills where vehicles can't reach and poachers are too lazy to go, there exists a herd of nervous elephants who avoid humans at all costs, and as a result they are all the stronger as a herd for that. Now, what does it mean to us? What can we gain from this story personally? I'll tell you what it is. It's the fact that we should not be worried or concerned about our own nervousness. Nervousness is nothing to be ashamed of. It's not a weakness. It's not a shortcoming. It's a natural instinct which we should practice, refine, hone and amplify. Because the more nervous we are in life, particularly when it comes to trusting others, the more that we protect ourselves like that herd of elephants. And I look around me and I notice, particularly as time goes on, people who make more of their lives are people who have experienced less damage, less hurt in their lives by being less nervous, too trusting, and closed to their instinct, closed off to the advice and the vital information that instincts provide them. And one of those instincts, one of those precious instincts, is nervousness. So never be worried if you're a nervous person. Tap into its strength, understand the weakness that it might bring, but as I've just said, tap into the strength. I'm Ralphie. I hope you've enjoyed this little fitter philosophy story. If you have, subscribe, like, leave a comment, all the rest of it. And thank you very much, you slightly nervous person. Hey, just sharing. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.